Hello and welcome everyone. This is going to be a little lesson on why substance matters so much. We're going to be using PDD here. So we're going to just go through the tape, just a little rewind. So at the open, we ended up borrowing down from 28. We didn't really see too much controlling prints. We had a few bids at 28, but overall it was kind of mixed. We had some above the ask prints, some below the bid prints. Nothing truly we could use. We can't really use those prints for clear market maker intentions. So just as this thing was starting to become clear in terms on the printing side of things, we ended up getting a pull up from the 26, and then we ended up pulling up, and we got these bids here on this pull up. So this is around right before 10 a.m. So 29 bids, way above print personality. That is clearly our market maker. That is our dominant market maker that we're going to be following. That's who we're going to be setting up our game plan here. So why does substance matter so much in this situation? So, on this pull-up move, if these market makers had true intentions to, break out the stock to above 30, they would have printed ask here. They would have accumulated. We would have seen accumulation. We would have seen it below 28 and on our way to 29. And we really didn't see, that clear substance on the tape to show that they were accumulating for a clear-cut move to 29. So we ended up getting these 29 bids here without any really accumulation toward 29. And then our reaction above was real lack of shorter term off level buying on the accumulation side to show that the day traders were lining up to stack on the ask side of things, that they were going to break out above 30 and we're going to run for the day. And that just wasn't the case. We ended up breaking out of that consolidation and we ended up making a push to 30. But however, as we're scrolling through the tape here, this is that breakout period of time. There's really no off level accumulation to show that the day traders are adamant about this breaking out, and there's really no one to be following in this instance. So this movement on this breakout to the upside, there's truly no short-term, off level that we can assign percentage to when we could follow. And then we get these 30 ask here above print personality relative to those bids at 29. These are not our dominant controlling market maker. Yes, these are 30 ask. Yes, they tell us that we need to pull back and build. 30 being a psychological level. And look at the reaction leading up to that. Was it really any adamant short-term traders, on either side, really on the ask or the bid side of things? We really didn't see that, but mainly I was looking for the ask side of things, because if we're pushing up to a level like this, and if we see adamant shorter-term money coming in, odds are our pullbacks can be very quick. So nothing really beforehand, and our reaction afterhand was dismal. Really no, again, substance behind the off-level moves for this to really continue. And we know market maker 29 is controlling. This is the pull up for them to build on that 29 bid position for overall for them to go short. And as you can see, there was really no substance. Didn't even get any ask prints at 30.50, maybe some at 45. That's really just noise. And then we triggered down from 30.50. 30 being a psychological level, a great place to look for a number one short trade. So this ended up being a really phenomenal short, right back down to the substance of selling at 29. Now market maker was sitting there at 29, and he showed us his hands and his intentions, and then by him building, on that pull up without that off level buying, yeah, there was ask at 30, but overall, that's not changing our game plan. Still looking for the number one short trade back to that 29. That market maker at 29 is looking to make at least $1 conservatively. So really price target should be 28. But overall, substance matters because, just looking at our chart now, kind of going away from the tape, if within this consolidation here, we saw clear accumulation, right? 29 ask, and then off level above and below, this chart would look so much different. This breakout to 29 and to 30, it possibly could be shorter pullback. It could be a 50-cent pullback, and we could get continuation to 31 or 31.50 or 32. So the substance behind these moves matters so much because we can calculate how much the market maker needs to make, whether they need to make anything to the upside or, for the short position to the downside. So it really matters what the substance is in this situation because, if we're, taking this long here with anticipation of this breaking at 32, you're just setting yourself up for failure because the market maker already told you that he's setting his position up to be short and he's just building and using this push as a trap to entice retail. But we can tell it's a trap to entice retail because, just analyzing the substance, what we know what the substance in terms of off level needs to look like for that to be money time and the shorter term positions to come in to make money. We never saw that. And 30 being a psychological level, a lot of retail is going to be looking at it as a support level, and they're going to be getting in above. And it's just such a great place for to trap retail and the market makers to get the shares that they need to overall go short. And we know 29 bids was controlling. That's the market maker that's controlling the stock. So substance matters. Substance gives us everything. At the end of the day, you have to really define who you're following in terms of controlling prints, and through that we view everything through the lens of what their position looks like and what they need to do. In this case, they popped it up, really was to build, and I'd rather wait for the overall for the number one short trade for them to trigger it for them to make money, right? Because we don't have a greatest indication for how long they're going to build. This could have not hit 30 triggered down, but overall, I mean, we definitely have our calculations based upon how much the 29 bids told us they needed to make, and that was at least $1. In this instance, it really didn't give you an opportunity to even get out, and it ended up just continuing down. We ended up not hitting 25, where we bounced off 25.50. But overall, I mean, our price target was conservative regardless. How much they built and the task they accomplished really shouldn't be for $1, but we're keeping conservative. So that's kind of my quick trade breakdown for the day. I'm going to do a lot more of these intraday little lessons. So substance matters. Substance is everything. Substance behind the moves, who we're following, how we view the tape and how we view everything else. The chart can deceive you. So it's a great lesson here. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.